Hey guys, we're here for day 13 of 30. I'm feeling much better today, but I still sound horrible. But today we're going to work on using a ruffle zipper, or not a ruffle zipper, I don't know why I said that, a lace or a scalloped edge zipper like this. So let me quickly do my shares and then we will get going. When you're on, let me know who you are and where you're at, what it's like where you're at. I think we're catching the very tail end of Irma here. She's here. It's just cloudy and sprinkling. So I know it was supposed to hit us. We were supposed to get the very end. So it might be a little darker in here today. I don't know if it looks darker or not, but so that's what's happening here. It's a cloudy day, so I kind of like that though. It's kind of nice, right? Do you guys like cloudy? We lived in California for a long time, so we rarely even saw clouds. There just weren't any clouds in the sky. So was that everything? Did I share it there? Yeah. Did I share it here? Let me just make sure I did. I got distracted and I was talking. Okay, I'm done with that. So today, hi guys, hello everyone. Today we're going to be working with this ruffle. I keep saying ruffle. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Nicole. With this lace scalloped edged zipper. And really quick, before I'm going to tell you the dimensions, but I just want to get some glue on here so that it has a little bit to dry. So what I've done is, I'll tell you the dimensions in 1 second, but I've just pressed this under 1/4 inch. I'm going to put on the, I'm going to put my zipper wrong side up, and I'm just going to put my fabric, let's see, I want you to be able to see here. There we go. So what I've got is some fabric fuse. Oh good, I'm so glad you're here, Ashley. I was going to make sure that you were here. Let me just get a pin here. Let's see, just loosen this up. I haven't used it in a little bit. Okay, so this is just some fabric fuse. There's several options you can use, but I'm just going to put a few dots of it on the very edge. Come on, it doesn't want to go. Let's see, come out here. You know, when these things get all clogged up, such a pain. Let's see if that works better. So there we go. I'm just going to put a little line of it here on my zipper to just hold the fabric in place. So I'm going to do this, and then I'll tell you the dimensions and everything that I'm using, because I just want to give this just a second to dry. It's like a quick hold, but I just don't want to sew with it too wet. You could totally, I think you could probably just not even sew over this and just leave it, but I'm paranoid and I have to sew everything. So yeah, just be careful not to glue over the zipper. Hi Kim, hi Teresa. Guys, I'm going to scroll back through the comments in 1 second. I just want to do this and give it a second to dry so you guys aren't waiting on me. So I'm just adding a line of this fabric fuse right here, and I'm just putting I've got my fabric, I've pressed it under, and I'm putting the right side down on the wrong side of the zipper where I've just placed a line of glue, and then line them. I'm just going to make sure my fabric is lined up with itself, with the other side, I mean, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to press that in place. This is just going to hold it for when we sew it. I know some people use like double-sided glue, not double-sided glue, this is glue, double-sided tape, or you could use there's hen tape that you can use. There's all sorts of options for doing this. So I just want to quickly show you what we've done. I've put a line of glue and put the zipper So the zipper is there in the middle. And I'm just gonna let that dry just for a second, and then we'll chat about what everything else I've got. Sorry, and I'm gonna have to stop to blow my nose every once in a while too. So what I've got here is, this will be the back of my bag. We're gonna make a flat bag. I'll show you how you would do it flat, and then we'll probably add some box corners to make it a little bit bigger. This piece is 10.5 by 10 inches. So this is Windham Fabrics. I'll put the link in the blog post that's linked in the description above, so you can find that. And then these two pieces that I'm using down here, that are mostly probably dry now, these two are Robert Kaufman, and these were each 10.5 by 5 inches, and I pressed under 1/4 inch on just on these two parts that are attached to the zipper. So all I've done is glue it with a little bit of this fabric fuse to the fabric, to the zipper. The zipper is right side out, and our fabric is right side out, and that's what we've got. And I think it's dry enough that I can go ahead and sew it in place. So now, let's do that. This is going to be a quick one. It's pretty straightforward, and I meant to get this changed out, but the school called right when I was preparing, so I need to just turn my phone off earlier and give myself like an hour to prepare here, but I wouldn't want to miss the school either, so that one's not going to work. I don't know where the end is. It's fine. Here we go. I've got the end of this one. So let me just throw in some new thread here. Take this guy out. Let's see. I don't have a yellow, but the bottom one's not going to show. So yes, Rebecca, all is well. My older son is in a wheelchair, and the wheelchair repair people showed up at the school when they were supposed to come here after school. So they're like, what's going on? Like making sure some weirdo's not trying to get into the school. I'm like, no, just let him in. Let him fix the chair. It's broken. So excuse me. So I'm just throwing in the coordinating thread. You'll want to use, because this is one time when I just want to let the zipper shine. I'm not going to use an opposite color. Lots of times I don't mind seeing the stitching, because I sewed it. I want people to know, right? Like, I like to see the stitch that I sewed. But this time I just want to see the zipper. So we're still going to use our zipper foot. My cold isn't worse. It all came out. Like, I feel better, but it's all, the gunk is coming out. So I've been drinking lots of water, and it sounds bad today. So, okay, so we've got our zipper foot. The foot is to the right and the needle's to the left. I know I say that a lot, but it's hard to see because this is mirrored. So that's why I always say it over and over. And we've already glued on our zipper, but I'm just going to attach it in place. I'm just going to use a straight stitch, and I'm going to sew as close to the zipper as possible, because we've got the little lacy open portions, so the thread will show if we don't get it close enough to the zipper. So I'm just going to... Melissa, I hope not. Oh my gosh. School has been... It's kicked me in the hiney this year. This is my... Oh, my machine's on. This is my second. I already got strep throat, and now I've got a cold. My kids are fine. They were like, it was like a day, and they're, fine. To be young again, right? Just make sure. Okay, so I'm just sewing a straight stitch as close to this as I can. And then I'm just gonna move over and turn it around and go down the other side. Just as close to the edge of that zipper, of the actual zipper, this portion, as you can. Let's just make sure that our fabric stayed in place. Hi Tina, hi Deb. Yeah, Illinois is a fun place. Okay, so here we go. We've got, now this is gonna be, we sewed it in place. Brenda, you can do it, you can do it. Go back and watch all our videos. It is really just sewing straight lines. I promise you can totally do it. So we've got it sewn in place here, up against, this is the back. Now this is raw, so if you want, you could, when you start out, you could fold it and press it and then fold it one more time, and that would give it, see, that gives it a little bit more of a finished edge there. You could also go back and do a zigzag stitch before you attach it. Use like a blue thread and do a zigzag stitch here, or serge it if you have one of those, and to just finish that off. But I just left it raw today. So so this is what we've got. We've got our two put together. I might have sewn too close to the zipper here, and you can see, so that's what each side will look like. Okay, so now let's, you guys, let's finish it. We're already to the end of, if we're just going to make a flat pencil pouch. So all we're going to do is, I got a thread coming through here. Hold on. There we go. So all we're going to do is, so, and if you're like me, so what I've done, see, my zipper was a little long. This was a 12-inch zipper. This is a 12-inch zipper, and I only made my fabric 10 inches. So we're just going to sew over this, and then I'll trim it at the end. So just make sure, if you've done like I have, that your pull is here in the middle instead of at the end, because if we sew over it, then your pull will be gone once you do it. So put your pull in the middle, or towards the other end, because we are gonna have to turn it out. So just make sure that your pull isn't off the edge when you sew. Then you're gonna take your backing piece. That should be the same. So remember, I had a 10.5 by 10, and the bottom was 5 inches by 10. So that's what we've got. So these are even. So just make sure that this, when it's closed with the zipper, is equal to whatever you cut this to. So that's how you, if you're going to do different measurements. Okay, and then we're just going to sew around. You'll sew all the way around, since we'll have the zipper to turn. That'll be where we turn it out. And right here where the zipper is, see, it wants to pull a little bit open. So I'm just going to clip right there to make sure that it stays how I want it. Let me just move this one over a little bit, because we don't have the zipper closed. So there, I'm just going to pin it so it'll stay kind of closed. Hello, Kirsty. Sorry if I'm missing your guys' comments. I'm just distracted today. Working quickly today. I'm off to Joann's after this to get lots of supplies for lots of fun projects. Okay, so you can see I've just clipped around all four edges. Things like this, I'm not a huge clipper because they're going to stay mostly in place. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our 1/4 inch foot. And you can start wherever you want. So I'm just going to start here. And using a 1/4 inch seam is what I'm using. You know, this cold, it hasn't been the worst. I really just felt bad yesterday. Now I feel, I'm just a little bit low energy. My head isn't nearly as cloudy as it was yesterday, so that's kind of nice. And then I'm going to do a little bit of extra, I'm just going to back stitch over my zipper there. to give it some, just to give it a little bit extra support. Make sure it's really in there. We should have done this one at the beginning, because this one's really super easy. How do we get all twisted here? Let's see. So all I've done is go all the way around, all 4 sides. Here's what that looks like on this side. Just gone around all 4. Let me trim up my threads here, and then I'm going to trim my zipper too. Trim it up on both sides. So, Ashley, I knew somebody was going to ask about a lining. You can totally, I'm sure there's a way to do a lining. I've never actually done a lining on a pouch like this. So let me think about it. And maybe tomorrow we'll do a lining, because I have to just, my mind, I have to wrap my mind around it and dream about how to put something together. So, let me just trim these up. Okay, so now we can turn it out. And I'll show you what it looks like. And then I want to just show you one more thing that would be fun to do. So this is a cute little flat pencil pouch that you could totally attach some grommets and like put this in a notebook. And it's flat, and it would hold pencils or whatever you want really well with a zipper on top. I love that little lace zipper. Isn't that fun? But one more thing, let's just finish it a different way so you can see. So we'll flip it back in, and we'll just add some, I think if we add some box corners, it'll be fun. It'll be cute. So, let's see. So I think we want them on this. Right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add box corners to these 4 corners. So all we'll do is we're just going to open this up, and then make sure you line up both. I like to line up the seams, let me show you, this seam with this seam so that it's straight, and then we'll just pin that in place. I think it'll be cute with the box corners. Okay, and then I'm going to do it on this edge too. And now I'm thinking, I don't think it really matters. I think the box corners will look the same regardless of which way you push them. I'm just trying to, yeah, I think it's the same, right? So that's that edge. Then we'll do it on this edge too. I'm lining up my seams, trying to line them up so they're flat there. Just pinning them in place. I'm opening up. So basically you're just going to open up all 4 corners, and I can kind of feel in here when I wiggle where the seam is. And I want to try and lay them so they're the same way. So that this seam, it lies flat that way. So that's what I'm feeling for. So, okay, so I've got those 2 sides, and you can already see it's kind of popping up a little bit, and these 2 sides. Let me just make sure, are all the seams, okay. Let me fix this one because it's not flat. drive me crazy. Just making sure all the seams lie the same way. I'll show you what I'm being anal about here. So you can see this seam goes up and it's pressed up, it's pushed up on both of those. It goes up here. It goes up here. So this seam goes up all the way around. You could do it down too. I just want them to be all the same. So that's why I went back and fixed it. Okay, and then we're just going to sew our line for those. Sorry. Okay. So you should totally measure, like find where it's 1 inch across here and sew there. I'm going to eyeball it and try and make them all the same. And then I just like to back stitch to get off the back there. Got that one and that one. Now we'll go to this other side. Pull that pin out. Where are my pins? There. Okay. One more. Hi Julie, thanks for hopping on. We're almost done with today's pouch. Today was kind of a quick one. We're just playing with some different zippers. All right, so let's see here. So I'm just going to trim this all up. Trim all my corners. And I try and just, you can see I try and push all my threads to the top. So when I trim, I catch that too. So I don't have to go back and cut a bunch of times. Kind of gets rid of some of the, extra threads. Okay. And then one more. My dog is like grunting. He's an old man. I don't know if you can hear him. He had to move from one soft place to another soft place. Okay, so we've got our corners. They're all boxed out and we're ready to flip it out and see now what we have. Well, thanks for being here, Julie, even if it's just for a few minutes. We appreciate it. We as in me. I speak royally, so as in the royal me. So, okay. So now, and this would be cute too with some interfacing, so that would make it a little more sturdy. So here's with our box corners there. So you can see that turned out really cute. It gives it some more height, and if you have stuff in it, it'll pop those open too. So that's kind of fun, huh? So yeah, today was quick and simple. All we did was really sew straight seams. Like, it's not super complicated. So I'll show you here's the corners. So that's why I tried to line up the seams so that this line would go straight. And it mostly worked, you can see. That was a little, that's what I try and do. So see how it looks like a straight line. These fabrics, I probably could have used a different color on the bottom. That would be cute too. So yeah, that was our lace zipper. I've got another one. So let me ponder overnight how we would add a lining to this, because it's not coming to my brain at the moment. So I've got to think on it. But let's do one more. We'll do this scalloped zipper tomorrow with a lining for this pouch, and then maybe we'll add some interfacing too, so you can see how it'll stand up, because this one doesn't have a lining, but it's still super fun. These would just be cute, like little gift bags for Or you could put like a Ziploc baggie in here with cookies and give it to the teacher. So there's lots of fun options. You guys, in the description of this post, there's a live sewing group where all of my bloggy friends share their live videos. We'd love to have you. And also in the description, I've got all the other days. So day 1 through 7 are on one blog post, and now 8 through 13 will be on the second blog post. I can't believe we're almost 2 weeks in. So crazy. Yeah, so, oh, Greta, well, you'll have to come back in and watch the whole thing. So it didn't take too long today. So you guys, I think we're going to hit 5,000 likes on my page today. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for being here and liking my page and showing up every day. I really, really appreciate it. I love hearing that you guys are feeling more confident and you're feeling more excited about the zipper because they're fun and they're really not that hard. So, I know you guys can do it. If I can do it, all it is straight lines. So thank you, Deb. I know you guys can do this. So I am so glad that you're here learning with me and I'm learning too from you guys when you leave me little tips and comments. So I really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great day. Make sure you turn on notifications. And down in this video, have you guys done it? Can you see there's a place where it says turn on notifications when Sew with Alicia goes live? You should be able to just toggle it over to get notifications from me when I go live. Or you can also, just on my main page, you can go to notifications and then turn them on, or see first, I think it says, so you can see, when you hop on, you'll see all my stuff first. So thanks, Teresa, and you guys have a great day. I will be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. So we'll work on a lace with a zipper lining. Lace zipper with a lining. Okay. Bye.